Camp Nou put on another night show. And this time, the lights spread across a much bigger stretch of the stadium. For the first time, South Goal and Lateral are running a full-color display through the ceramic louvers. And that's happening at the exact moment the last compression ring pieces are rolling onto site. Every visit now brings this stadium closer to its final form. And tonight's footage might be the clearest look yet at what Camp Nou will actually feel like once it's finished. Let's walk through everything going on right now. The ring has entered its closing stretch. All 46 pillars are standing, the last radial beam has gone in, and the network connecting them is complete. Every one of the large XXL phalange boxes is installed too. What's left now is the smaller connection boxes and the final bracing pieces needed to tie everything together. Most of the heavy lifting is done here. This phase is really about the last connections and reinforcement work before the ring can be called finished. It's a completely different picture from the earlier stages of the project, when individual pillars and radial beams were still appearing one by one. Now, with the main structure connected across the stadium, the remaining work is becoming much more precise and focused. Tribuna is buzzing right now, particularly around the staircases heading up to the VIP levels. A big crew is cutting and fitting floor slabs into each individual step. Around the central Tribuna access zone, material is steadily being cleared out while a large number of workers push through finishing tasks inside. This entrance is clearly being fast-tracked for the Gamper match. You can see the difference from previous visits, with more of the temporary construction clutter disappearing and the access routes beginning to resemble finished stadium circulation areas. Several crews are working the exterior structure across Tribuna, getting the facade ready for its next phase. Painting and general finishing is happening across multiple sections, all in preparation for ceramic louvers and the anchoring hardware that will hold them. More of the exposed structure is gradually being covered, and once the remaining support work is completed, this section should start changing visually much faster. Tonight's headline? The LED lighting test just covered far more ground than before, stretching across both South Goal and Lateral. The ceramic louvers are cycling through a full range of colors, and it's genuinely the best preview yet of the finished nighttime look. A handful of sections are still mid-wiring, and some louvers are still wrapped in protective paper, but the visual is already striking even in this unfinished state. Seeing the colors travel across such a large continuous section makes it much easier to imagine how dramatic the entire stadium could look once the facade is fully enclosed, and every lighting system is operational. Now that the test is done, crews are back to wiring up the remaining louvers, working from elevated platforms to finish fixtures in the spots that didn't fully light up last night. Protective paper is coming off the beige louvers piece by piece as this stretch nears completion. The push right now is simple. Get as many louvers wired and working as possible before Gamper. Behind the scenes along Travessera de la Course, the retail galleries are getting wall framing, rock wool insulation, and interior panels, with ceiling work moving along in several units. These spaces, once basically dead space, are turning into real commercial units, shops included. It's another reminder that the redevelopment isn't just about the stadium bowl and roof. Huge parts of the surrounding structure are being transformed at the same time. At the front of South Goal, new interior walls and divisions are rising across the lower levels, laying out future restaurants, restrooms, and support facilities. The floor plan down here is getting easier to read by the day. Areas that previously looked like open construction zones are gradually being separated into recognizable rooms and functional spaces. The second cantilever is moving slower. It's simply not the priority right now compared to everything getting rushed for Gamper. But structural and finishing work is still creeping forward here in the background, with plenty left before it's done. With Gamper set for August 19th, the grounds crew is clearing machinery and material off the main access paths. New Jersey barriers are going up around the mobility cores to define pedestrian routes. The whole site feels noticeably tidier. A clear sign fans are coming soon. More equipment is being moved away from the areas that will handle the highest amount of pedestrian traffic, and the focus is increasingly shifting toward presentation, access, and final preparations. Steel prep continues at the North Goal corner. Trusses, bolts, and supports are getting painted section by section. Some louver support brackets are already mounted, but the anchor points still need to go in, and that can't happen until all the surrounding steel is fully painted. South Goal is quieter today than in recent visits. The concrete pump that had been running isn't active right now, and work on the mobility cores has slowed down. A few finishing touches have gone in around the core corners, but the next real push here depends on the next phase of exterior work. Multiple lift platforms are working the corner and lateral zones, running cable along the top of the louvers and prepping mounting spots for LED fixtures. Some sections already have their lighting hardware in, others are still waiting. It's moving one stretch of facade at a time. Louver work on the lateral mobility cores is nearly wrapped, with LED fixtures now going straight onto finished sections. A few small gaps remain, but for the most part, finished louver runs are moving directly into the lighting phase. As soon as a stretch is done, the LED crew moves right in behind it. That sequencing is becoming easier to see now, with different crews following each other through the same areas and turning unfinished facade sections into completed architectural surfaces. Inspection crews are going section by section across lateral, confirming every louver is aligned, tight, and properly connected, making small corrections where needed. It's the last check before LED work locks in for good in each area. Block walls and interior divisions continue going up around the mobility cores at the corner, with several sections already defined. Other spots still have exposed reinforcement waiting to be closed in. The interior layout here is slowly taking shape piece by piece. New steel pieces are showing up around the lateral structure, positioned in a way that suggests they might be laying groundwork for a second tier of louvers. Several components are already staged above the structure. If that's what this is, it means prep for Level 2 is starting before Level 1 is even finished. Worth watching closely in the coming updates. If confirmed, this could become another major visual change in this part of the stadium, especially once the additional facade elements begin appearing above the existing louver line. White paint continues going onto exposed beams and connection points throughout North Goal, section by section, steadily covering what steel is still left exposed ahead of the next enclosure phase. Sandwich panels haven't moved at North Goal this week. The upper sections are sitting right where they were a few days ago, no new panels added. This part of the job looks paused for now while other work continues around it. Still waiting on the next panel delivery to get this moving again. Block wall construction continues at the corner diamond, with some sections already up and others still waiting on formwork and concrete. The lower interior is gradually getting carved up into its future rooms. That's today's lap around Spotify Camp Nou. The compression ring down to its final connections, the ceramic louvers running full color across South Goal and Lateral for the first time, and steady groundwork continuing everywhere from Tribuna's VIP stairs to North Goal's steel. This thing gets more impressive with every visit. The combination of structural completion, facade installation, interior finishing, and nighttime lighting is making the final transformation much easier to visualize now. We're getting closer to the point where these construction updates won't just show progress. They'll start showing the stadium as a finished destination taking shape in real time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.